Right, in the last video, I showed you how to add digits to your clock, and I realized that there was a lot involved, and for that reason, I'm going to put a link to this graph in the description, so you have a way to check your heading. And what we're going to do in this video is add clock hands, and that's going to be done in two pieces. First piece being just getting the clock hand on here. And a second piece is going I'm going to show you how to animate it. So basically what would happen is if you were to move the second hand, and you'll see both the minute and the hour hand moving with it, um, with proportions, of course. All right. So two things to get started. First, I want to turn off the clock digits. So they're still there. I just turn off the visibility. That's what that is. And let's add a folder. Let's call it clock hands. And I'm going to move it down. So while it is true that you can draw them with a simple linear equation, the one that I'm going to use is Desmos' feature 0, which is applying them as points, comma separated. So it'll be your first pair of points, comma, and there's second pair of points. So let's do 6, 5. By default, the points are turned on, so you want to turn them off and then turn the lines on. All right, and now we want to define a length for them, and the way you can do that is the the way I would suggest: add some white blanks first to keep yourself organized. I'll call it L sub 1, and we'll give that a length. I found that 8 to work out fairly well for this kind of setting. So 8 in this case will actually bring you up from 0 up to the bottom of each of the tick marks. So the value that we'll be affecting, 0, 0 is always going to stay the same since everyone's going to be stemming out of the origin. And this one, and in this case, is going to be we need an angle defined as well. These values are in radians. And it would actually be helpful, looking ahead a little bit, is if we use this in degrees, and this will make the calculations, and when we calculate at what angle the hour and the minute hand should be in relation to degrees, this is going to be the easier number to work with, and then and we'll have the calculator figure out what that means in terms of theta and where I don't know where these points should end up. So we're letting the calculator work for us. Let's call it 30 degrees since we can see 30 degrees, and what that means that this is not going to be pi over 60 anymore. It's going to be a d1 times pi over 180. Now we have the length, we have the angle that allows us to define what that's going to look like. All right. So a sneak preview of what we're going to be doing with this value. So now if you slide the value, you can see that you're moving this hand along. It's gonna be a similar process. Actually, it's almost the exact same process as the minute hand and also the hour hand. let's define some other angles we can see. Let's do 60 for this one, and let's do, trying to pick a number that's not 45, because 45 will give you the divides will look too similar. Let's do 20. Try to pick at least some nice-ish numbers. Zoom back in just so you can see it. That's too much. There we go. It'll be the same kind of math. Divide the angle, multiply the angle by pi over 180. And then now you can draw your points starting from 0, 0, and want to end it at theta 2 cos, no, want L2. Speaking of which, we didn't define it. You can give it an arbitrary number, but I found that 3/4 of the length tends to work out well. Not 0.75, but 0.75 of L1. All right, make this. You can pick any color you want. And for this one, we use the same scalar. Be 0.75. Technically, don't need the multiplication dots. You can just get away with just putting the. You just put your scalar followed immediately by the variable you want to scale by, and that'll get the job done. Now we should be able to plot it. And this will be length 3 times cosine of the third angle will be L3 times sine of our third angle. Make whatever color you want. Points off, lines on. Now you can adjust these values as you see, as you would like. All right, so have fun with that. You can adjust the length if you want, and you can see that because I made L2 and L3 depend on L1, um, scaling one of the lines will scale the two with it. All right, hope you found this video helpful. In the next video, like I said in the beginning, we'll be animating the clock hands such that we'll have everybody following in the second hand. If you have any questions in the meantime, do leave them in the comments. If you found it helpful, please consider leaving a like, and if you did not find it helpful, do leave a comment down below, explaining what was unclear or what could have been done better. All right, that's all. I'll see you next video.